Hello, Divine Ones. This is Ashley for FD 1111 Ministries, home of Tarot, Bible, and Alchemy. And I want to entitle this full moon reading, The Heart of the Lion. So this full moon is in Leo, so it's happening either on the 8th or the 9th of February 2020. So Leo's energy is that of passion, drive, and personal fulfillment. We're going to jump into a little bit of the astrology, some of the high points on this, as well as get into this spread here. So the sun right now is in Aquarius. And for me, lately, Aquarius has been dealing with like business partnerships or partnerships altogether here. As Jupiter moves closer to Saturn and Pluto throughout this year, things will get a little easier for us. So the Saturn and Pluto energy deals with big structures, life cycles, and generational habitual attitudes and thought processes. This cycle spans for 35 years, but for you personally, you want to review the last 10 to 35 years of your life cycle. Currently, Mars is in Sagittarius, which will continue to be there until the 16th. But right now, during this full moon in Leo, is trine the moon, which is all about passion and drive, moving forward in the new direction. We are creating a new mindset, something new, something exciting. But with this energy from Saturn and Pluto, old ideas and structures are still hanging around and lingering. This can cause a little bit of confusion and emotional instability with Mercury and Pisces, and that will stay there until around Valentine's Day, and then it will continue to move into Neptune. Then it will go into retrograde. The last aspect I really want to hone in on is Venus and Aries. So I have mentioned that in some of the personal sign readings, but this Venus in Aries conjunct Chiron. So Chiron is that wounded warrior, the wounded healer. And this is all about self-love and self-worth. So right now we are really prompted to question our self-worth as far as with relationships, as far as the relationship with ourselves and money and finances. This can feel quite uncomfortable around relationships and money, but that is perfectly fine because we have that courage coming from this full moon in Leo. So this is giving us the go ahead, the green light to bet on ourselves. So let's get into the spread here. All right, I'm gonna draw in a little bit right here. We do have that Three of Swords energy at the crown at the top. And I like the fact that this came up at the top because the crown activity, this crowning energy, this is talking about I hear new plantations, new fields. So these new fields, the new soil that we're planting these new seeds in. Yes, it may come out of heartbreak. It may come out of I even hear trouble. I even hear uprooting. So you may have to uproot some weeds out of your garden, out of your plantation. It's like a big open wide field. And this is saying that these possibilities are infinite. These possibilities are continual. They're unlimited, but you have to do some work. This reminds me of like a root canal or something, or like digging out that old rotten root of something before you can plant those new seeds. And this is what's going on right now. So it may feel like a little uncomfortable. I'm going to actually draw out a little bit here. It may feel a little uncomfortable, but that's all for the higher good. Give me a second. Let me see where the spirit wants me to go specifically. I think right here with this Two of Wands in the reverse. So for some, they may be prompted to make some type of decision, but they're like, I do not know which way that I shall go. This is also the energy of the left brain and the right brain pairing together. Remember how I was saying like the reconditioning or the repurposing of the mind? First, this is like the demolition coming in and crashing those old ideas, those old generational habitual attitudes and thought processes. And when that happens, then you have these little seedlings starting to sprout and grow. And that's the pairing and the merging of the left brain and the right brain. We're talking about like a new way of how to understand and process information that will lead to a new outcome. Some may be refusing this. I even hear reputing. And once again, that could be that lawyer that's watching or cross watching for someone else. That's came through in a lot of readings lately. about someone with like a law degree, and they're still at the crossroads if they should take a certain case, because it could be pretty difficult for them and it may not pan out a lot tangibly, but it's for the higher good. We have a whole lot of spiritual activity over here on the right hand side, which the right hand side deals with the feminine and the intuitive aspects of ourselves. So it's so funny because this is the Page of Pentacles and this is on the left side, the ego. Um, One may be breaking that ideal of being very flamboyant, wanting to show off, if you will, and that is being reshaped and repurposed. This could be the false identity that is cracking us specifically here. And that is making reference to the egg of life, and that incubation and being housed in a shell. And that shell represents the false identity. All right, let me see where else. Give me a second. I feel it really heavy over here. So we have High Priestess in one deck, and the High Priestess in the next deck. Is like, you already know what you're supposed to be doing, but you're allowing all of this activity over here to get in the way. This could be that wounded warrior energy coming through and wanting to make, or having to being presented with that choice. Do I choose between my false self and stay in the incubation phase, stay in that shell that one has been placed into, and that entrapment, that false entrapment, or do I break myself free and access something that is different? This feels a lot like this Mercury in Pisces right now, and we are called to go in the Hermetis phase, which is the hermit, going within oneself to bring out the knowing, the inner higher knowing. And this came up in the reverse, just like this, like as above, so below. As you already are in the higher realms, in your higher self, so will you be in the grounded self, in the physical body. Once again, I hear some may repute this or refuse it, whichever one. We have the Four of Pentacles in the middle. And I said, I wanted to say in the beginning, like in the beginning, like someone was really holding on or being a Scrooge with that type of energy. This could be with their heart. This could even be with their finances. But all of that is starting to break up. Actually, at the bottom of this deck right here, I think it's called the Gilded deck, that the Tower card was there, but I didn't feel like it belonged on the board. But that Tower type of energy, this could be divine partners going through like a shaky time. And the spiritual connection, well, not really connection, but communication, let me say that, those signs and synchronicities may break up a little bit because you're being challenged. It's because you're going to the next phase of initiation, and you can't just rely on the physical 3D confirmations or communication to give you that knowing. You already know it. I mean, like, what else do you need? That's what the Spirit is saying. Like, what else do you need? You already know. So, why are you looking around for 1111 every time that you receive like a prompt, or you think that like your divine person is thinking about you or feeling your energy, and you need to have some type of sign or synchronicity? You are the sign. You are the synchronicity. Oh, well, okay. I didn't know all these cards came out. Be bold and make the first move. All right. And then we have a personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like that goes up there. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan. And that practical plan doesn't come from the left brain. It comes from the right brain. Because remember, things are being repurposed, resurfaced, repolished. And then once it comes in the imaginative aspects of yourself, then you put it over here into the logical, because first it has to come from the spiritual, go through the spiritual, and then the gateway of the mind into the physical. Okay, these were the ones that flew over there. Body changes and volunteer. Body changes right here. Something physical is going to happen because you have volunteered to align with your higher self. Okay? And it's all about free will. The divine spirit is not going to try to force you per se to do something. Like, it may put you in like a certain type of situation to bring out something in you, And eventually you do have to fulfill your soul contract, but that's all like predestined. It can be pretty complicated. But anyways, long story short, it's not going to like physically try to make you, like force you to do it, like take your hand like a puppet and do it like this and do like that, and you better do it like this or like that. What happens is that through karma, which is nothing but change, your mind changes. And then you start to align, and then your mind changes more, and then alignment. And it's like a cycle like that. But it's not going to physically like take your hands and make you do something. It's just through your own free will and the shaping and molding of your free will from your higher self. So this also represents the Sacred Heart of Christ, or the Christos, okay? And the Sacred Heart would be not just the physical Christ, but also like the Holy Spirit or the Divine Spirit. And the Divine Spirit communes directly with your higher self, okay? And through your higher self communes with your psyche of your lower self. And then after that happens, then it goes through the mental state. And through the mental state, which is the gateway between the spiritual and the physical, then it processes through the physical, okay? Aligning your desires with your higher self, and things will start to fall right in place, baby. So with that, I have to also mention this. The Spirit was telling me to pause and say, this looks like the pause button right there. But anyways, it wants me to say that that wounded healer, okay, the rejection that was felt by a presence. So that presence could be a person, it could be childhood wounding, it could be wounding from a loved relationship, like a love relationship, whatever that rejection came from. Even it could have been with a business. It doesn't really matter, especially with that sun in Aquarius. But that rejection through that wounded healer, that you learn your divine purpose, you align even more, and things will start to fall in place even more. This also represents all of that Pluto and Saturn action. I hear that action. It looks like an earthquake, things shaking, like the hangman hanging on that rope, swinging back and forth, like, oh, I don't have stability. Where's my stability? That stability is coming. Four of Coins. But things have to be shaken up before they can settle into place. Let's see what's happening over here. A gift. The Holy Spirit, the Christos energy, you can call it the chi, whatever you want to call it, it's a gift. Okay. And don't take that gift for granted. I feel it really strongly over here in my hand. That's my healing hand right there. I feel it really strongly. And things are really like loosening up. They're really loosening up. Some are going to be, I hear, catapult. What do you call it? Catapult. Yeah, that like long wand. They run and then they jump over top of like a really high level stick or something. Catapult. I think that's what they call it. Well, anyways, you're about to be sprung into a whole new action. I specifically hear. I keep hearing the word action, and that's what Leo is about action and strength, but strategic action and strength. It's a lot of fire energy that's going on, and you don't want to be impulsive. That's why the Spirit is prompting you to be grounded, but to be grounded in the Spirit. Because things may start to move so quickly, like, and then you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh my gosh, I'm being called over here, I'm being called over there. This could be someone receiving so many clients. They're like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been praying for, but oh my gosh, like the floodgates are open. I have nothing prepared. Go ahead and get prepared now, okay? Because that influx is going to happen. So this is not just about this moon right now. This feels like the gateways opening up, and like this person's being prepared for that flood of information, knowledge, and clients. For those that may be in a spiritual business, that could be an influx of love for others, but it's like an influx and it's a gift. But you have to be prepared for that gift. You have to empty out the temple to be able to prepare for takeoff. Your body changes on the outside of the cocoon. Now how I was saying about that shell, the cocoon, and busting out of it, you went in a caterpillar into the cocoon, into the hermeticist phase, stage 2, stage or grade 2 of the initiation. You came out a butterfly, ready to ascend. But it's a process before you ascend. You got to feel that you got wings. It's like you went in, you didn't have wings. And then you came out, you were like, what the crap are these things on my back? The jetpack, baby. And then once you get prepared, you get settled, like, okay, all right, I got wings now. High priestess. Okay, I know I got these gifts. I got these new talents, these new abilities, this new opportunity. All right, got my mind together about that. Now let's take off. It's a process. Oh, okay. All right, you know what that feels like? That feels like someone's trying to rush into things and skip steps and skip the alignment process. Okay, but that's like the warning, not to be too rash with with decisions, not to jump into things so quickly, to take a step back and align. The high priestess is about aligning and about knowing. I hear a frog. I haven't done that spirit animal yet about the frog, but it could be like the Prince Charming. Let me see what this was. Is this the Joker? Yep. I said Prince Charming. Now, yep. Look at that. Okay. All right. Well, dang. All right. Well, we're not getting on into that. But anyways, look. Okay. When I heard the Prince Charming coming through, Prince Charming, all right, looking good, smelling good. This could be the opportunity. This could be the actual person, like a love interest or whatever, or someone speaking very sweetly, like the Prince Charming, the Joker. Is two sides to the Joker, okay? This is saying that, especially with this, I guess it's called misfortune. I can't really see what it says. Yeah, misfortune. That the spirit is saying, do not be trigger happy. I was trying to make a gun, but don't be trigger happy. Don't try to rush into something, because look at this. Bam, bam. Remember how I was saying somebody at the crossroads about a decision? That decision is to hold tight, wait it out. High priestess, the traditional deck, she sits on her throne and opportunities come to her. She don't go, out chasing them or whatever. They come to her and she automatically knows if it's right or not. Be the high priestess, sit back, allow the situation to play out, and you will see who is who. You will see their hand. You will see their deck of cards, if you will. Okay? So let me see if it's anything else. One thing I heard of, that I heard when I was setting up about some of the herbs, not just like regular fire herbs, but I really heard strongly patchouli, and working with patchouli. Of course, cinnamon, chili, different spices, all of that, stuff like that. And I also hear, what is it? Sunstone and sandstone to work with. Okay, give me a second because I'm just making sure this is everything that I'm supposed to go over. Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. All of that helps our analytics to reach more divine individuals. If you're interested in personal services, that is listed down below as well. If you are interested in supporting this ministry, the donation information is down below. And if you want to donate on a continual basis, the Patreon page is also open, that membership. And in exchange, you will receive free monthly readings, as well as the different challenges that we have over there. Right now, I am running. I don't know if that's a good way how to say it, but anyways, right now we are having the Building Wealth Challenge. It's a 5-week challenge. We are heading into week 2. And all about debt. The first one is just laying the foundation for building wealth. Getting all your ducks in a row, if you will. Now we're heading into how to avoid debt, how to get rid of debt, how to work with debt, make it work to your advantage. And so if you're interested in that, the link will be down below. Thank you guys for your continued support. I love doing this. And I will talk to you guys later. All right. Peace. Oh, don't forget to check out the tarot lessons, as well as the Ascended Bible studies and all that other stuff. All right. Now, peace.